Morning everybody, I'm Jason and welcome back to the channel. Today we're on our way to Clymer, Pennsylvania to pick up a new project. Not really a project I guess, but we'll see. It runs, it drives, everything works. It's a John Deere 140 H3 with a Johnson loader on it. So I'm gonna go up there and check that thing out and drag it home, see what we got. It's a big beam. That would be Homer City Generating Station, one of the biggest power plants powering the East Coast, and I said was. It's no longer running. Not sure. There's a lot of rumors going on that it may open back up, but just one of those things where, you know, dinosaurs going extinct, you know. I work at a power plant, so it's I understand all the logistics and the politics of it. Sometimes we don't like it, but you know, sometimes you're not gonna either you have to roll with the punches, you gotta change, and if you don't change with the flow of things, you get left in the dust, so to speak. So on to newer and greener things, I guess. Not sure if the greener things are what's right at the moment. It seems pretty unreliable and expensive, especially at the taxpayers' dollars. But I don't want to get into politics about it. But you know, the United States is on the forefront of clean energy as far as clean coal and natural gas. We've got all kinds of technology and equipment to combat the EPA standards. What's funny is nobody talks about protesting the power plants in China or India, or we sure do keep buying their garbage, don't we? But yeah, you don't see politicians talking about that. You don't see Greenpeace, Sierra Club. You don't see any of them booking a flight to China or India. Last time I looked, China and India was on the same planet the United States was on. Anyhow, back to our road hunt. Okay, as you can see, we got something green in here today. And I don't generally do green. I'm not saying I don't like green. I just it never was part of my feng shui with all the blue and a little bit of red or yellow. But it's really not so much, it's still got a Kohler engine in it and a Sunstream pump, so it's not like it's basically color and stickers at this point. And what company actually built it at what shop, so or manufacturer. So it's not that big a deal to me. It's still a Johnson 10 loader, had that many years. It's got a Ross steering box like in the Fords and Cub Cadets. So I really to sit there and split hairs if John Deere's better than Ford or Ford's better than International and blah blah blah. They're all pretty much the same. They all have their quirks like cars. But today we're politicians. So And we ain't getting into that mess. But this is why we're doing the videos. It's something fun and to get you away from the all that rhetoric and BS that goes along with that. Anyhow, so we got a John Deere 140 in here, and I don't know what year it is, but I picked it up because it was a good price at Johnson loader. The Johnson loader works pretty good, got new hydraulic lines on it, a couple fittings. They had one of the cylinders cleaned up. It had some pits in it. It leaks a little bit, but you know the price of cylinders. It does leak a little, but it works. I may put cylinders on it if before spring. The idea is to get this thing running and going for springtime so I can turn around and sell it, because that's what a lot of people do, myself included, buy and sell. It's a pretty neat machine. I already took the fenders off because the mounts are all shot on it. There was like one small 5/16 bolt holding together. I already got that off. I changed the transmission oil on it already, which was very weird because there's no drain plug. There's a guy on YouTube, he has a link, and I didn't video it because he already has a video of how you change the oil in these, and you got to take the suction line off the bottom of the sump at the bottom of the gear case there and drain it that way, which I find sort of cumbersome because all they had to do is put a plug in it, but whatever. We did that. I want to do the oil and adjust the shifter on it, the hydraulic, the hydro cap. It likes to creep one way or another. So other than that, we're going to dive into it a little bit. We'll do a quick overview on it, then we're going to start doing some maintenance on the old girl. Okay, so here is that Sunstrand pump. And those were in Cub Cadets. They were also in the early Jacobson Ford and Moline Garden tractors. And I'm sure they were in some others as well. I prefer the Eaton myself because it's bulletproof and doesn't take nearly the power as a Sunstrand does, but to each his own. So we're going to deal with this thing and see. We're going to have to get it started, and I want to get all the bugs worked out of that linkage down in there. And I don't know, I probably have to take it out of that tie rod down there. I would assume that's the problem right down in there. But we're going to adjust that. If anybody out there knows anything about John Deere's, can you make a comment below? What is this spring for, and what does it do? It's just laying there. It looks like it hooks up to something, but I can't see what, and I haven't looked at the manuals or anything yet. So if anybody knows, leave a comment. I appreciate it. I know we got to adjust the brakes on it, and it's missing a brake spring. Luckily, that side has one, so maybe I can find one or get one online or see what I have in my stash. We're going to do that. It does have a new starter on it, and it does run pretty good. I can't complain. It's a good, solid, complete tractor. I can't really complain too much about it because I started and drove it off onto the trailer. I did put a voltage regulator on it, and I did some wiring on it. Unfortunately, so there's the voltage regulator I put on it, and it does charge and run. And unfortunately, the PTO is the headlight switch, believe it or not, because I put a new grill in it as well because it was missing a grill. And now I put it in. I should have videoed it, but the pump is down underneath here, the hydraulic pump, and normally it would run off, and you can't see down in there. It's going to run off your electric PTO. Well, someone welded. I'm sure the PTO went out. And I've seen this before where people just welded maybe on this side, they weld the pulleys together, and that was a direct drive pump. So it's a direct drive pump right off the engine, so the hydraulic pump just spins as soon as you hit the starter. Is that correct? No. But also my Ford LGT has the same setup on it, and I put a brand new starter on it. As it does in the wintertime, it's the hydraulic oil is heavy, and it does put more wear and tear on the starter. But I put a good battery in a new starter, and it just zings over, and I haven't had problems in 4 or 5 years with it, and it's fine. So I'm guessing them pumps don't take nearly the horsepower. So it's something to consider. I like to do things correct, but then again, you can't find the correct PTOs and stuff for these things anymore. So I understand it. This is going to be a loader tractor only, and I'm sure it is. There's no motor decks, no nothing else on it. And it does have hydraulic ports up front, which is cool. So it can be used for multitude of things. Just you're not going to run a motor deck, so you don't need electric PTO. My Ford was the same way. Once you put these Johnson loaders on, it makes it real cumbersome to put a motor deck on them and do the other things. It becomes an official full-time loader 9 times out of 10. Unless you're a true enthusiast and everything's going to be correct, you're more than likely when you buy this, you're not buying it to mow grass. And another neat thing, I didn't know, I've never seen one of these. Look at this bucket. It's got factory manure forks in it. Not one's bent. I got to straighten that out. But it's got factory manure forks. Ain't that neat? They unbolt. And you unbolt this scoop part, and then you go to a manure bucket. Dude, that is so cool. I am so digging that. Now, unfortunately, I wish I would have found this tractor 5-6 years ago when I had the goat barn. Man, that would have made life nice because I made shift a manure fork setup for my Ford, but and it worked. Don't get me wrong. But this would have been neat to have, But then I bought a manure spreader anyhow because we go through. It's just easier to spread with a manure spreader, and that's on the other videos on my channel if you've seen. So anyhow, it's still a pretty neat machine. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it because it's something different, and I like it. I like different things. I like the challenges. I like learning different things about it because let's face it. Everybody knows I'm the Ford guy, the Jacobsen guy, but it's nice to, get my feet wet on to other machines and everything else. So that's pretty cool. So stay tuned, folks. We're going to dive into this. It's probably not going to be today, but we're going to tune into getting the oil changed and getting new fender mounts put on the old grill and getting that hydrostat adjusted and stuff like that. So stay tuned, everybody. Another day, another dollar, they say. I'm still waiting on them dollars. We are going to dive into this 140 John Deere to get the slop out of the shifter, so to speak, where it can come back to neutral when you step on the, I don't know if I want to call it a clutch pedal or what, because it's hydrostat, it's right in the clutch. But there's a left pedal that is okay. As you can see, the John Deere 140 is done, and we'll go over some of the creatures and features and all that stuff of this fine machine. Okay, first and foremost, it's green, and not a bad tractor. Pretty stout, heavy-duty machine. Went over the entire thing. I like the two-way bucket on it for the manure forks. And pardon me if I repeat some things that I've already did in the part of this video, because this has been a long video of many months. We've been or weeks, I should say. We've been working full-time at the plant. We are in an outage, trying to get this thing done, and yeah, it's just been a chore in itself. It's a very neat machine. Everything works on it pretty good. We ended up putting the fenders back on it with new mounts and getting the brakes adjusted, and yeah, changing the wheel on it, whole 9 yards. It's a pretty clean machine, pretty solid machine. If anybody's interested in it, it is going to be for sale. Maybe posting it on Facebook Marketplace here very shortly. Some people may want it to plow snow, clean out the manure barn, whatever they have, whatever they may need it for. But 14 horsepower Kohler engine works great. Transmission works great. Like I said, it's a ready to go machine. I like it. If I had a reason to keep it, I probably would. But you know, I don't need it. I don't need another loader tractor. I do have an extra set of forks for a Johnson loader that's going to go with this as well. I just don't have no use for them as well. So if somebody wants to modify them to fit on this machine, they are more than welcome to do so. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this video on the John Deere 140. I'm sorry I missed some videos of certain things we did by putting the mounts back on and of that nature, but you know, I've been busy with working. It's hard to do YouTube videos and work and family and all that, and sometimes you just forget where you left off at, and you get something done, you go, oh crap, I should have videoed that. So I apologize to all of YouTube land out there, but anyhow, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and if you haven't, I hope that you do. I appreciate it from all of us, including, hey Mags, you gonna tell everybody bye? I guess so. So from all of us here at Overly Equipment and our estate here with the Maggie, keep your stick on the ice.